Alright, we on.
All right.
Wyclef, my brother, tell me what we doing here, man.
I'm very excited to be going back home, you know. At the end of the day, my history with Jamaica goes back to as a youth, you know, it goes back to history, you know. Bookman was a Jamaican that left Jamaica, went to Haiti, the Haitian Revolution, Toussaint Louverture, Bookman, Jean-Jacques, back at Sting, you know what I mean? Where the locals are the celebrities. You understand? Every man is a superstar in his own arena. So for me, being at Sting is gonna be like being in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, you know?
Now, you always had a history with Jamaica, though, going back to Bob Marley, you know, even Lauryn Hill getting married to one of the Marleys. The refugees always had that history with Jamaica. Tell me now, how come Jamaica played an important part in your growing up, rather than because you do a lot of reggae type influence song rather than, you know, Creole type, Haitian type music, you know?
I would say because I came from Haiti when I was 10 years old and I grew up in Brooklyn. So when you're a child, the music that you're around is going to be the music that influences you, you know? So growing up, I was around, in America, around mostly reggae music, mostly around hip-hop music. And then when I got to school, I started studying jazz. So I didn't really get into like Creole music till like I decided to really go back home, you know? And that was the first time I went back home. I was like 18 years old. And my man was like, yeah, he's with a group called the Fugees. They didn't know what that was, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I got to
Fugees is history, man. Come on, man. Before there was any other Tribe Called Quest, man, there was the Fugees. People got to recognize that, you know? So, you know, Brooklyn was always on your side, man. I mean, you pretty much put Brooklyn on the map because I don't think you ever did a song where you didn't mention Brooklyn.
Well, Brooklyn is my first stomping grounds coming from Haiti. I guess that's where my hustle come from, my mentality.
Ocean Ave and all
the
that.
idea of just the strength of knowing you could be anything you want to be, you know what I mean? You look at him, you look a man in the eye when you talk to him, you know what I'm saying? We don't really, it's you know, it's like we don't fear. I think the only thing we fear is like our mother if she's West Indian. You know?
Now, what's this, man? Why is it when you went to Haiti, try to run for president, they try to assassinate you and disrespect you, and you the man who helped in USA for Haiti and all that, man? What's up with that? And then they try to say you embezzle, and you was the one who helped them from day one.
Yeah, I mean, well, my answer to that is, you know, why did they do what they did to Marcus Garvey?
Yes.
Why did they do what they did to Martin Luther King? Why did they label Nelson Mandela the #1 terrorist in the world? And when he died, they labeled him the king of the world. Is the same reason the same conspiracies and conspirators will constantly come after me, you know what I'm saying? But as you can see, what they attempted to do, it actually made me younger, you know.
Because you still picked the president.
Well, exactly, and beyond that, you know, if you're doing good things, you know, like it's one thing I learned from Nelson Mandela: it's better to be right and be popular. And if you decide you know you ain't gonna just make your people sing, dance, and drink alcohol all the time, that once in a while you might want them to go to the library, you might want them to study the law. That incarcerates them, you know, then you're going to find yourself on that side of the fence, and you got to deal with it.
Now, what's this, man? I heard y'all and Lauren and Prize did a reunion album, but it never made the streets. How come?
Well, it wasn't really a reunion album. I said we did the Dave Chappelle Block Party. That was a reunion. We went and did one song. I would say the idea of everyone who's romancing and fantasizing and wanting a Fuji album, you got to understand, by now, you know, these are 3 very strong characters. You know what I'm saying? It's like I ran for president. You know, when I was running, I mean, I had like $70 million of endorsement deals. You understand? I turned that down.
Wow.
Because I gotta go for my people. Right. So a Fuji album, the Fuji brand is like, that's like at least like $600-700 million brand. And like, yo, just do this and cash out and.
You live large, live large.
Yeah, but I'm already living large.
How
large can a man live at the end of the day, right? So at the end of the day, it has to be about, right? So if I have a home and my daughter she's straight for the rest of her life, and her kids are straight. What more can I ask for? So if I'm going to give you a Fuji album, it better be at least close to the first one. You know what I'm saying? It better feel that good. So this has not happened because the vibe ain't there.
Right.
Because the vibe got to be there for the fans. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But now, what are we doing now with this whole Sting? How you get involved in that, man?
Well, Sting, you know, Jamaica, you know, I'm known in Jamaica.
Man, you known everywhere.
But in Jamaica, it's like I'm known by the locals, too.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a sound system called Refugee Sound System.
Right.
And, you know.
And the movies you've done.
Yeah, Shatters and different things.
Yes.
So, Shatters. So, Richie Epps. So, for me, and Sting is a no joke show, and it's not like a show like you could, because I be seeing groups come from America, they got all these hits and they think, yo, we gonna go kill Sting. They don't care about that. You get bottled off the stage, you get beat down, because it's not really about that.
Because they did boo Rick Ross off the stage.
It's about now you in the trench with the local. There's
they real.
They ain't no,
they real.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no superstar thing going on.
They real.
That's when it brings you back to human. You human, right? So before all things, we was a local, right?
Right.
I'm still a local.
There you go.
And then the local is not based on me going to Sting right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? It's based on I'm in Cassava Peace before you know I'm in Cassava Peace. Like years ago. Right. I'm in there with Movado before Movado exploded.
Big
you know
time.
What I'm
big
eating
time.
fish in the street before this. So
Beanie Man, all
by
that.
the time I'm going back in, you know what I mean? Beanie Man, that's my brother.
That's what I'm talking about.
Killer.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm going, I'm just going home, man.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Now, what's the future for Y, man?
The future for Wyclef 2014, of course, is important for me to build the level of wealth now.
Right.
So investing in technology, because I feel that's some of the future. My passion is still music, discovering artists, and see which new artists we could pull out of 2014. We have one girl, she's half Dominican, half Brazilian. Online, they're saying she sounds like Nelly Furtado mixed with Amy Winehouse. So her name is Jarena DeMarco.
Right.
I've basically been in Stockholm with Avicii, developing the new 2014 Wyclef sound. So look out for the new Wyclef music. Y'all know my stuff always gonna be different. Every
Come on, man.
Gonna be the same thing.
How many platinum plaques right now, man?
I have a lot, you know.
Too much to count, right?
Yeah. I have a lot of plaques, but beyond the plaques, it was like the last hit that I did was like Hips Don't Lie.
Yeah.
And then that broke like the world record.
Exactly.
With Michael Jackson and Elvis. So that's what I tell people. So when I decided I was going to help my country run for president, or help, it wasn't like I was like, you know how a person be like, okay, let me go back to the church now. They doing that after they lose everything, and they're like, you know. So I'm telling you that at the height, I'm going, Hips Don't Lie.
Right.
Like, oh man, I gotta run for president. My people need my help. You understand?
That's what I'm talking about. The knowledge, man. The knowledge, man.
That's all it's about, man.
You pretty much versatile, because you don't really just perform, man. You take them there, man. You take them to politics too, man.
Well, I mean, really, you gotta understand. There's a crowd in Brooklyn. There's a crowd in Nairobi.
Right.
There's a crowd in Kenya.
Not to mention the good you've done in Africa. Yes.
When we look at it from satellite point of view, you know, you put me anywhere, it's like it's different faces, but the vibe feels the same, man.
Right. Tell you, man, that's knowledge, man. Any advice to the public before we leave, man?
Well, I mean, the advice to the public is just basically, at the end of the day, the only thing people gonna remember about you is if you was part of the doers, or if you was part of the talkers.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I respect everybody that's part of the doers. So let's keep doing what we do. Let the talkers talk, because all they're going to do is fade away.
Yes, sir.
You know, as the doers help the race to progress forward.
No doubt.